Thank you for tuning in this Atlas Insider. If podcast is something that you like, then definitely you are in the right place. All right, now it seems Miguna Miguna has not slept since that interview that Fred Matiangi had at Season TV with Sam Gituku. And of course, it reached a point when Miguna Miguna has also requested for an interview with Citizen TV, and of course he posted on his X account that this request was granted and we are expecting an interview with him in less than 7 days. But what do you think? If you are a fan of Miguna Miguna's interviews, then definitely you know that is going to be an expose or just some rubbing dust on Matiangi's face, to ensure that people know who really Matiangi is. But is this important right now? Because Miguna Miguna says that he feels Matiangi was not asked some question that he was supposed to be asked. And this is what he said, and I quote, that because Citizen TV gave Fred Okengo Matiangi an exclusive platform to lie about all the atrocities he presided over between 2013 and 2022, with hardly any significant challenges by Sam Gituku, I request an opportunity for an exclusive interview as a rejoinder because I was one of his victims. Now, Fred Matiangi has declared that he's interested in being the president of Kenya in 2020. The conflict between Fred Matiangi and Miguna Miguna began on 2017 when Miguna Miguna decided to preside over Raila Amolo Odinga's swearing in as people's president. And of course, this led to Mr. Miguna Miguna being deported from Kenya. A thing that Miguna Miguna believes that Matiangi was in direct contact with now that he was the CS for internal security then. And so Miguna Miguna wants an interview because he believes that Matiangi was not held and pushed to the wall to explain all the blames that happened within his tenure as the CS. Miguna Miguna was arrested and kept in Comunicado for several days in what the government then defined as Treasonous Act. This issue was taken so seriously by the president then Uhuru Kenyatta and the deputy president William Ruto. But Matiangi has tried to explain why Miguna Miguna was deported, and he says that before 2010 constitution, a Kenyan citizen was not allowed to have dual citizenship.
Rulings in place by the High Court on how you regain citizenship after you lost citizenship in the old constitution. Because in the old constitution, you are not allowed to have dual citizenship. For Kenyans who by dint of either they moved out of the country to work or some of them were forced out of the country, to be citizens of that country, they lost Kenyan citizenship in that old constitution. When the new constitution was enacted, which provides for dual citizenship, the process was prescribed in the act on how we could enable those people to regain citizenship. We started doing the process until someone went to court and said, no, we are violating the law. You have to regain your citizenship if you lost it. What does that mean? It means that you have to fill a piece of paper so that then you get your Kenyan passport or you get your Kenyan citizenship back, as it were. Since that time, listen to me very carefully, since that time, I am the Minister for Interior. Over 300,000 Kenyans have regained their citizenship. The process is as simple as filling a one-page document, and you actually get your citizenship in the next minute. We have opened immigration offices across the world. Even in Canada, there are Kenyans in Canada who have regained their citizenship by filling out one page of a paper. If Miguna wanted, he would actually do it from Ottawa or Toronto, wherever he is, and he would get it. It's a simple, straightforward process. We took these documents to him to the airport. He told them. We did all we could in that particular case to fulfill the requirements of the law.
Now, do you think that Miguna Miguna's interview is something that Fred Matiangi should be worried about, especially now that we all know how Miguna Miguna's interviews are? A lot of exposés, a lot of truth, a lot of reality. But again, you remember his interview with Esther Passaris, or what he's been saying about Babu Owino and Sakaja. But now the funny thing is that all these three people that I've mentioned are holding elective political seat drama. I don't know if this is something that Matiangi should really be worried about, especially in his early stages of his presidential. I don't know what you think. Kindly drop your thought in the comment section. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian Moses. See you next time.